Hey guys, just going to be doing a quick demonstration of my Java game engine. Show you a little bit of its capabilities and what it can do. Still fairly basic, so it doesn't have that many features, but I do plan to add a lot of cool stuff to it. So yeah, let's get to it. Last time on my last video, I kind of showed you guys what it does, and you can see here the pretty much basic gameplay mechanics or whatever. Not really gameplay, but you know. Okay, so here's what's gonna go down. This is my class for it, and I'll go ahead and make a new project. Let's call this our demonstration project. Yeah. So I'm not really gonna go in depth about it, or I will, but I'm not gonna, like, you'll see. I won't be too formal with this. Here you go, my game. Like usually you wouldn't name your classes with a lowercase letter, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So as you can see, when you start off, you have like, you obviously, if you know Java and you have an IDE, you'll have like your basic class structure. And right now I can't really use any of the functions of my Java game engine because I need to get the jar in the library. So here I have it already set up, and we'll make a new folder here, and we'll call it, yeah, because it's our library is gonna be in there. Just go ahead and pop that in there. Then you want to put it in the build path so you can use it. So you go to Java build path, you add jars, and there we go. It's on the build path now. So now we can use all the juicy functions. I don't even know if I should be calling it that. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is extend the basic game frame pretty much, so it should tell me, yep, right there. And then you want to implement all the unimplemented methods. It's only 3 of them, so it kind of made it simple. Your first method is to initiate all game things, like all the game objects that you want to put in the game. Let's say you want to add sounds and all that kind of stuff. You put it in this, like, to load it and stuff, and then you have your rendering method. Here's where you do all your rendering, and then you have your update method. You could essentially render stuff in the update method, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not really, you could come into some difficulty. So here I'll just show you some. Obviously you need to have a main method, otherwise it's not going to start. And in your main method, what you want to do is you want to make a basic window. And what this is, it's pretty much the container, or the window, the frame, and it'll allow you can customize it. I'll show you in a little bit how you can customize that. You want to put this, I believe, or my bad, new, there we go. And this should pretty much make the basic game. See, as you can see, this is what it looks like if without anything. It just has the basic black background and the stats. It is rendering at the moment, but it's not rendering anything because we haven't added anything to it. You see the logo and the logo down here on the taskbar. You could change all of that. Here, I'll show you how. So let's say we don't like the resolution it's at, which I forgot what I put it as the default resolution, but it was just something I was testing out with. So to change the resolution, you have your methods here. Let me see. Obviously it would be set, and then you put set width. Let's say we want 600 by 400. So and let's say we don't like that icon. I'll go ahead and make a folder. All your resources, the way that it loads the resources, they have to be in the path. They can't be, they have to be in the path. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Oh, whoops, did it in the wrong folder. Okay, and then you want to do the same thing you did to add the jar, but you just, instead of adding a jar, you add a class folder. And you add your resource folder. Now anything you put in there is considered part of the jar, and it will save it into your game. I don't really have any images that I can put in. Here, I'll just put this just for example purposes. Just go ahead and put that in there. Yep, it's in there. Okay. So to change the icon, you would simply just this dot set frame icon, and you put the name of your image. So our image name is frame1.png, and that should work. Let me see. Let's see if it worked. Yep, see, your icon has changed. You have your icon over here at the bottom, and the resolution is now 600 by 400. Yay. That is what we wanted. You can also do things like change the frame rate. It's not exact, but it gets you what you want. Let me see. Set frames per cycle. It shouldn't say frames per cycle. In the newer version, I changed it to frames per second. I don't know what I was thinking when I named that, but whatever. Okay, so we have it at 100 right now, and we want it to be something like 30 because we're cool like that. So now you can see it's 30, exactly 30. Usually it might not be 30, it might be like 31, 32, but you know, the stats over here kind of shows you the FPS and how many milliseconds it sleeps per cycle or per frame. My bad. Yeah, per frame or cycle. It's the same crap, whatever. It tells you how many updates it does per frame. I do plan to add more statistics. Like you could probably track objects in it. I still haven't gotten around to it, but I will add some kind of capability like that. Oh shit, I'm talking too much. Okay, let's see. Let me show you. If you want to remove that benchmark thing, you just kind of go here, set benchmark. Oh, that's to change the color of it. Oh, here, I'll show you what my color library does. So the color library has a whole bunch of other colors that you don't usually have, like turquoise, whatever. And then enable benchmark, that's what it's called. If you don't want it to do the benchmark, you simply just make it so it doesn't show. You disable it pretty much. But if it's enabled, you don't actually have to enable it. It's already enabled. You can change the color of it. You can also change the background color. Oh wait, whoops. What color should we use? Let's go with dark green because feeling a little linkish. And voila. Usually the background color doesn't really matter. And your title, because you don't want your game to be called CBJ Engine, do you? Unless you do, then that'd be really cool, but whatever. There we go. Original name, ain't it? Let's see. And as you can see, that changed the name. But on to the cool stuff, I guess. This is pretty boring, huh? And since I don't have a cool screen recording program, I don't know how long this video is or how long it's gonna be. I'll probably split it up later, but well, who cares for now, right? What else can I show you guys? The rendering method, I didn't make it abstract, as in you render your stuff the way that you would normally render with a graphics object, which is G in this case. It's a graphic 2D object. And if you want to draw something like fill rect, it would just, you know, at what position. Here, let's disable the benchmark because that kind of gets in the way of things. Let's have a small little rectangle. Actually, let's make it kind of big. Oh wait, we have to set the color. Don't forget to always set the color, otherwise it's gonna be the same color as the background. You could still use the default colors, but you won't have all the colors that I added. So see, there's the regular green, and then you have the dark green. It's not one of the API colors.